issue, and I built MCP Foundry. Okay, so here we go. Every one of these OpenAI to MCP tools does basically the same thing. You give it a spec, it spits out a server, MCP server. Cool. But does it actually work? Nobody checks. That's the whole reason I built this. It generates the server, but then actually tests against the live AI agent, fixes what's broken, and only registers it's proven itself. Oh yeah, let's just run it. Right now I'm using Petstore. My email is so my name is okay. Just right now it's freezing. Okay, right now it's praised everything, and there are like 99 points started prison block. Okay, first stage. So it's a pipeline. Before I need. Okay, so it's a pipeline. A five-stage real stages, each one feeding the next. The first stage is the praiser. It takes the raw OpenAI spec JSON or YAML, doesn't matter, validates it, then walks every path and method. It turns into what I call an IR, an intermediate representation. Uh, representation. Basically, a clean internal schema. That's this operation is called a create pet. It's a post. Here's every parameter it needs, whether it's created, whether it's required, whether it goes, path, query, body, header, everything. Doing this step means that the rest of the pipeline never has to think about open API messing again. It just works off just one clean structure. The second stage is LLM rewriting. Okay, right now it's rewriting everything. Rewriting the descriptions, it reads the raw spec description plus every parameter and rewrites it specifically for an agent's benefit. So any LLM agent can know what is this, what's API, what does this API do? Okay, and when to use it, and if there is a similar tool, what makes this one different, all that stuff. Okay, the third stage is the generator. It takes the IR and actually writes real runnable Python, a fast MCP server file, one tool function for operation, each wired to a shared executor that handles actual HTTP call, auth headers, and error handling, all of it. This is a real file written to disk, not a mock. I'll show it at the end of today. You can see that. Okay, it's repairing. The first stage is eval harness, the part that makes the different from every other aspect to MCP tool out there. Every tool generates test prompts, runs them through a live agent. Live agent that only has one tool available and has a second LLM acting as a judge, scoring whether this agent picks the right tool with the sensible parameters or not. Okay, and the last fifth one is if something fails the eval, it goes into the repair loop, rewrites it rewrites itself and that's tool description based on why it failed, retests and capped at 3 attempts. Okay, so you don't need to like uh, restart every time. So the API will be fucked up. Okay, only after all that does it registers the server locally. So the agent I'm about to show you actually call these tools for real. So praise, curate, generate, evaluate, repair, and register. 6 steps, but the last two, evaluate and repair, are the actual thesis of this project. Everyone else stops after generate. Okay. Right now it's praised. Also, right now after it's rewriting it for this LLM, I'm using Mistral for this. After honestly a rough day through going through Grok, NVIDIA, and Gemini, Mistral is good, man. Mistral is good for this. After all other tools were hitting the rate limits mid-run, man. Not fun when you are on a clock. Okay. Okay, let me actually show that. Okay, here you can see that it marks as a review. Why it's marked as a review uh, after it rewriting? Right now, it says the description says that adds a new pet to store inventory with the provider details. Requires a valid API key authentication. Right now, I just added a fake thing, fake API. So we need a real API key authentication for this to pass. But the thing is that it's not failed. Okay, it created it works perfectly. We are just missing an authentication. That's not a problem. Right now, it It's writing test prompts, actually things person might type and running them through a real agent to see if picks the right tool, not just one testful tool, a direct version, a vague rephrased version, an edge case, and one designed to be confusing on purpose. So that's the disambiguation I just mentioned. Okay. So there are like 30 out of 76 live agent tests passed after the auto repair. Tools marked a review. Here the thing is that it's not failed. You just need authentication for this, man. Okay, you don't need to. So that's not a problem, I guess. Here you can see that in the green thing verified. It's a get request. So reduce the current inventory of items in the store, retaining a map where each key is a status code and the values are quantity available. Okay, like this. Okay, the real talk is the pipeline did not work smoothly. I know that. Okay, but the thing is, but the errors I have faced in the last few days, right? They were like two different endpoints with the same spec, with the same tool name under the hood. They were like silent collisions, no crash, no error. It just quietly overwrite one tool with the other. So I only caught it because my tool count didn't match the endpoint count. Okay. It's fixed with the systematic naming rule. If two operations collide, suffix with the HTTP method so you can get a get pet and update pet instead of both just being pet. Okay. The second bug was like sneakier, man. Honestly, the one I'm more proud of catching. My eval judge, I have eval judge, right? Okay. The thing deciding the path or fail was marking good tools call as a failures. I don't know why it's happening. The agent was calling the right tool with the right params, but it just fails. My first instinct was that this model isn't reliable. I know, I think I messed up in an AI agent. So I just looking on that. But when I looked at the test picture instead of the judge, I found the real bug. Every sanity check case was praising the same empty parent object, regardless of whether it was supposed to pass or fail. The judge was correctly suspicious of empty parents, man. So this was just a tiny thing. I didn't get like I wasted like 2 3 days for this. Okay, that's the kind of bug that doesn't throw an error, it just shows up in the numbers look wrong. Okay, also here also there is a great part. Okay, when a tool genuinely fail the test, it doesn't just get flagged and forgotten. It looks at a why it's failed and rewrites its own description to fix that spec failure mode. Then retest only that one tool, not the whole suite. Keeps it fast. Okay, so the final score is like 30 out of 76. Test live agents test passed. Okay, that's great. Right now, there are like 8 calls it's registered, merged into existing config. So I can share that. Okay, here is the thing. Okay, so you can see here, right? It created all the MCP tools. Level. The whole also this is the result. Okay, you can see that there are it created all the get all the APIs to the MCP tools. Okay. So the thing is that the whole thing was built with Codex running GPT 5.6. The entire pipeline, Fraser, curation, eval, repair loop, everything. Okay, it wasn't one shot either. It generally debugged real problems like that one I told, right? Phrasing the empty param, right? The chat GPT was looked into it. Okay, the chat GPT, not GPT Codex. Anyway, this is the MCP folder, MCP Foundry here. Second tested server out and actually know what you're getting, not just hoping it works. Before I go, I want to thank to OpenAI putting this hackathon together with DevBoost and for GPT 5.6 itself and giving me like $100 credit plan. I'm so grateful that you can see here. This is the latest thing. They were giving me like 2,500 credits. Right now, we have like 1,700 credits left. So for like 800 something credits I used for this whole project. So that is so efficient for this. Okay. Also you can see that 212 million tokens. Yeah. And to DevPost for hosting and organizing the whole thing, making it easy to actually submit and get in front of people like you. That's great. Thanks for watching. That's MCP Foundry for you. I don't know, the name sucks. I don't know. Cloud gave me that. Okay. Thank you. How to end it?